This is one of my favorite parts of reality transurfing. This video is going to be about an exercise called the turning of the key. It's going to be a quick little guide on how to do this exercise. Now, I should give a warning. This exercise is very powerful. Do not practice this exercise unless you have done the rest of this or gone through the rest of the series, read the book, at least on some of the other exercises. You don't want to just jump into this exercise without understanding what's going on. But other than that, it's not particularly risky. It might just freak you out if you're not meddling with your reality already, because it might really mess with your reality and shift you into a different timeline. So you don't want to mess around with this. The purpose of this exercise is to perceive movement through the alternative space. So you got to watch the rest of the video to know what I'm talking about. The purpose of this exercise is to perceive the movement that is constantly already happening, to perceive it as it's already happening through the alternative space. And that can be really helpful for understanding what's going on, to help you do slides better, but it's not necessary. Do this exercise when you feel naturally drawn to it. Do not make I need to do this every day. This is something that you can only do if it's completely natural to do so. Do not force this exercise. Next thing, when you do this exercise, it might also have it as an effect, shift you into a different reality, into a different lifeline. And that will align more with the slide that you were wearing as you did this exercise. So if this shift happens, you might notice that reality has a different texture to it. The last video, I said you're going to need to understand this concept of a hue. Now apply that concept to this. Reality might have a different hue. Like I said, that might involve your senses and it might not. It might be more abstract. When you have deja vu, which we explained in the last video, that feeling, you might just have a different feeling. It might be like, oh, it's kind of like deja vu. Reality just has a different texture to it. So that might happen when you do this exercise. Now, let's get right into it. There are 3 steps. You need to understand how to do slides. Remember, when you do the slide, make sure that you are living inside the slide. It's not a static image. And now, first step, feel into your stomach, into the 3rd chakra, and visualize a point. I don't know, how many inches was it? A few inches in front of your stomach and equally on the back behind. So you're visualizing a point in front and behind your stomach and rotate them and in alignment up and down vertically with your spine. Visualize these points and turn the key. That's what the exercise is called, turn the key. And I'm going to try and do this as much as I can while I practice it. So that's what you're going to do. As you do that, you're holding the slide. So you don't need to be constantly visualizing the whole slide, but you're sitting there, you're doing your slide, right? You're doing your slide, you're doing your slide. Okay, I'm visualizing my slide, living in my slide. Turn the key and stare at the wall. So you can stare at the wall, whatever's in front of you. Just stare ahead at the ordinary scene. So what are you doing? You are visualizing a slide, and I don't know what this does energetically, but it does something. It can be really, really intense and powerful. I felt it there a little bit, but I'm trying to stay focused and grounded on this video, so I'm not going to explore that too much. But basically, what are you doing? You're examining, okay, slide. Basically, you're exploring how you're creating your own reality. You do this, and then boom, straight onto the reality in front of you. So I explained in one of my previous videos this in more depth on the series, but basically what you're doing is you're contrasting the reality ahead of you that you think has a certain reality to it, and then you're doing the visualization process of your slide, and you're realizing that you're already running a slide. So you run a slide, and hopefully what this makes you aware of is that there's this sensory input, but you're constantly projecting a slide onto it. So the reality you're in is completely a projection of the slides that are automatically running. And so you do this, and you can kind of see and tap into that ability and become aware that, whoa, when I run these slides, it's actually really changing the fabric of reality, which is pretty crazy. And this can get really intense. I've had it where I do this exercise, and I'm just tripping out. So be careful. That's the video. Peace.